Andreas, thanks very much for joining us. There's obviously been a lot of discussion around student housing, and especially international students, and the impact of the pandemic. We're obviously now slightly further on, and we're beginning to get towards the start of that autumn semester. How has it influenced the strategic thinking of the student hotel?
Well, first of all, obviously we are affected, and we don't really know when we will come back to a new normal. COVID goes and comes back, and so it's really a difficult time to predict. On the student side, the good news is that students not only come to our places to study, but also to collaborate. They love the community. They want to move out from home and they want to be with other students. And so we see that the bookings, in particular from European students, are quite stable. The international students, in particular the Asians, are resistant to bookings. Same for the United States, which always had been very important students and guests for us, because we also offer short stay products for 1 semester or 2 semester for international students. And that is a lot less than it has been last year, but partly compensated by domestic demand. We see that in all of the cities we operate assets in, the demand from students is still a lot higher than the offering of student accommodation. So overall, I would say student accommodation is still very resilient. For the strategy of TSH, and we as a hybrid operator, we have student and hotel guests in the same assets. So originally we started with, wouldn't it be great if the parents of the student could stay in our hotel? That was a few years ago, and then the parents were so excited and say, well, it's so great to stay here, that we extended that offering. And obviously the hotel market is suffering a lot more than the student market. So strategically, what we currently do is to shift more hotel rooms into student rooms and hotel rooms into extended stay. So there you see the beauty of our hybrid model. We are, I believe, one of the very few operators who is able to do that in these times.
Just talk me through a little bit more about the business model, because also there's the opportunity there to have kind of mixed use also, I think, within some of the product.
Yeah, I'd love to say that we are the best of all real estate. We have all great products in one asset, and we operate it ourselves. So we are really flexible to shift from one product to another, opposite to people like in a shopping center. You have different retail concepts, but every concept is run by one retailer. So you can't say, okay, I shift from here to there, because they will say, well, sorry, don't step into my front yard and interfere with my offering here. We can really react to what our guests want. And we can shift floor plates, for example, from meeting and event space into co-working spaces, or food and beverage places into meeting and event. We have flexible floor plates which allow us to do that within a few hours to really adjust to the demand. And if we talk about flexibility, I think that will be one of the most important things over the next month and years, to give this flexibility to our customers, also to the corporate customers, to offer a place for their employees where they really enjoy themselves. There we are again, the return on experience will be very important for the people, and your workplace needs to be so attractive that people choose to leave their home office to go there, because it is so much fun to work there, and they see their colleagues and they collaborate, they meet, they are very productive, and they feel the vibe. And I guess that's one of the unique recipes we have at TSH, that our vibe is very high, and once you go in there, luckily many people want to stay.
There've been quite an extensive kind of program of development, Andreas. Is that on hold? Is that moving forward? What's the situation in terms of the strategy there?
We have a project development pipeline of 16 project developments in 6 countries in our major cities, in Paris, in Barcelona, in Madrid, in Lisbon, in Rome, in Florence, in Glasgow. So I guess for the next year, financing will be the crucial point. Liquidity is king. We have a very strong shareholder basis with APG, is the Dutch pension fund, as well as Airmont, a very well-known private equity fund with a stable investor base in the back. So we have the full commitment of our shareholders. But still, obviously, you need to see whether we will be able to attract all the financing at the conditions we had anticipated, or at least at reasonable conditions. The current plan is to finalize all of them. We have secured these properties. We have secured the land. And I hope we get done with it. That is the beauty here. We are the operator. So if we develop the property, we know that the tenant will actually move in because it's us, and we will operate it handmade for us. And I think one of the real USPs of TSH is this beautiful portfolio we have. And there are some new pearls to be added. So hopefully we will get them all done.
Great, thanks very much. Thanks for updating us on the strategy. I think it's a really, really interesting topic, and I'll be watching it with interest. Thanks, Andreas.
Thank you.